Imagine living in a world where people around you begin dying without warning. A neighbor gets sick, then a family member, then an entire street, and nobody knows what is happening. In the 14th century, Europe faced one of the most terrifying disasters in human history. It was called the Black Death, and it would change the world forever. The plague was caused by a bacterium called Yersinia pestis. It could spread through infected fleas, often carried by rodents. When the disease reached crowded towns and cities, it moved with terrifying speed. People developed sudden fever, weakness, and painful swollen lymph nodes called buboes. Some victims became seriously ill within days. Medieval doctors had no idea that a microscopic bacterium was responsible. There were no antibiotics, no modern vaccines, no understanding of germs or infection. People tried prayers, traditional remedies, and countless explanations. But nothing seemed to stop the disease. Then, the deaths began reaching an unimaginable scale. Between roughly 1347 and 1351, the Black Death spread across Europe and surrounding regions, killing tens of millions of people. Entire families disappeared. Villages were abandoned. Cities struggled to bury their dead. And fear became almost as powerful as the disease itself. But the Black Death didn't only change population numbers. It changed society. With millions of people gone, there were suddenly far fewer workers. Labor became valuable. In many places, surviving workers could demand higher wages and better conditions. The old social order began to weaken. Landowners could no longer control labor as easily as before. Trade, agriculture, and economies were transformed. In other words, the plague didn't just kill people. It disrupted an entire civilization. And there was another dark consequence. During the panic, people desperately searched for someone to blame. False accusations spread. Innocent communities were persecuted. Fear created hatred, proving how quickly misinformation can become dangerous during a crisis. But perhaps the most surprising part of the story is this: the plague never completely disappeared. Yersinia pestis still exists today. The difference is that modern medicine can identify the infection and treat it with antibiotics. A disease that once terrified entire continents can now be fought with science. The Black Death remains one of history's greatest turning points. It destroyed millions of lives, but it also weakened old systems, transformed economies, and helped create the conditions for a very different Europe. And its greatest lesson is simple. History can be changed by something too small to see. A bacterium, a flea, a single infection, and a world that wasn't ready. This was the Black Death, the plague that changed history forever. This is History of Disease.